Hi, my name is Stacy and I'm with Augason's Pantry, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Camp Chef. We carry a wonderful selection of Camp Chef products, and I'd like to just share with you some of the ways to take care of them and some of the ways that you can use them every day. First of all, let me just tell you, I love Dutch oven cooking. I'm not so big on camping, but I love Dutch oven cooking, and so a lot of my technique is from using this in Dutch oven, and I can use that in my own kitchen and put it on in the pit in the backyard, and it works great. So let's talk about a few of the products. Okay, the first item we have is the pizza pan. Not only can you use it for pizza crust, which is wonderful when you use it because you can put a little bit of butter in there and it crisps up the crust as it bakes, but you can use it for rolls or for breads if you want to just do a free bread on there, which we'll do later in one of the recipes I do. I'll show you how to use that. So I love the pizza pan. Okay, the next item is our flat griddle, and this has got two sides to it. As you can see, the griddle side is on with the grills that you can do your steaks and meats on, is on this side, and then if you want to do the pancakes or anything, you know, eggs, scrambled eggs, anything like that, you're going to go ahead and use it on this other side, so it's very dual. You can just flip it and use it both sides. These work great on any kind of stove other than a glass top. They would work really good in your kitchen stove as long as you have the grills that way. You can also use them in the oven. Any of these pans can be used in the oven. Okay, the next item we have is our square Dutch oven. I love the square Dutch oven, mostly because of the shape. It's very familiar, like the round ones that everyone has in their kitchen or in their camping equipment. But the square I like because it's easier to use if you're going to make like a lasagna or a casserole. It fits in there a little easier than the round. They also are very versatile. Not only do you have the pan this way, but you can also use the top as your grill. So if you want, and you can actually stack them. So if you wanted to cook and cook something in the top at the same time, you'd be able to do that. Okay, our last item is our Skookie kit. And the Skookie kit is, we've carried this for a little while now. It's been really a fun gift. You can give it as for a gift for someone for a wedding if you wanted to give them that, or something for Christmas. Anyways, what it has in it is it comes with two of these 7-inch flat griddle pans, so flat frying pan. It's not really a top ledge, but it's a frying pan. You can use this as this kit it suggests to make a Skookie, which is made with cookie dough, and you can put ice cream and your toppings on it. You can also use them for pizzas. You can use them for fajitas. You can do eggs in them, little mini pancakes, anything like that. They're very versatile, and they're kind of fun. You can actually use these. They don't recommend anything on a glass top stove, but I have a glass top stove, and I can use these little ones because they're not very heavy. The fun thing about the kit is it comes with two of these. It comes with a cookie mix, a gourmet cookie mix. It also comes with these two little hot pads, two of them, so they slide right on the handle of your 7-inch grill, and then you're not burning your hands when you pull them off. So that's way fun, and that comes in the kit. Okay, as far as basic care for your Camp Chef, the number one thing is a lot of people will say, do I use soap or do I not use soap? I personally don't use soap, but you can use soap. This is the catch. You can use soap as long as the pores of the pan are closed. They're open when they're hot, and that's why food tastes so good in the Camp Chef or in any of your Dutch ovens, is because the food transfers through that pan, and that's why it seasons things a little bit more. So when it's hot, you don't want to use soap because you don't want that to go into the pores of that metal. So you can use soap. You don't want to use a citrus-based soap. You want to use a basic soft soap, and you can use it when it's a cold pan. Or you can just use the cleaner. They offer a cleaner and a conditioner. Their cleaner has the non-citrus soap in it and all the other properties that will help clean it. You just use a couple little dollops in there and you scrub it out. Now you can use a lot of different things to scrub them with. They're very hardy. You're not going to scratch them. They do offer a chainmail scrubber. You can use this if you want. I can use the little stainless steel scrubbers. I've used that. Other ways to clean them is you can, if you're on the fire, if you're out camping, I've thrown them over a fire before and just left them burn off, and you can do it that way. You can actually boil it off. The cleaner is all natural and the conditioner is all natural. You're gonna wanna, I told you don't soak it. You can soak it if you're gonna boil it, and then as soon as you're done getting the stuff out of there, clean it out, dry it out, and put your conditioner in. You don't wanna let water stand in it. If they do rust, you have to use steel wool to get that rust off there, and then you wanna make sure you condition it right away. These pieces come already seasoned, and occasionally you might have to re-season them. That's where your conditioner comes in, and you'll go ahead and condition them, and it tells you all on the bottle how to re-season. Basically, your cookware is going to get better and better every time you use it, and you're gonna enjoy it more and more the more familiar you get with it. So go get it out of your cupboard, put your food in it, and enjoy. Okay, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Augason Farms products that we have. We carry about 4 or 5 products in our catalog. Augason Farms is a Utah company. They mainly have storage items. Today we're going to talk about the creamy potato soup, and I'll show you a few ways to use that. And we're also going to talk about the bread, scone, and roll mix. And I've made a bread out of this, so we'll tell you a little bit about that. These products all come in a number 10 can. They have a 10-year shelf life. Once you open them, they have about a year shelf life on there. Depending on what soups you purchase, there's 4 different kinds that we offer. The creamy potato, the vegetable stew blend, the cheesy broccoli, and the cream of chicken. And depending on which one you purchase, they give up to 33 servings. The creamy potato has 33 servings in this can. All you do is measure it out, add water, cook it a little while to let it simmer and get the ingredients to soften, and you're ready to go. So we'll talk a little bit about the potato right now. I've already mixed up some potato. I don't know if you can see that real good. And it's just your basic cream of potato mix. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. Mainly, you can use it as your cream of potato, and then if you want to add other things to it, there's a lot of different things that we can do. Okay, one of the things we can add is corn, and you can make a nice corn chowder out of your potato soup. I would probably add corn and a little bit of Daly's bacon to it, just to give it a more of a comfort feeling with the bacon in there. But I would just go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and ladle a couple of ladles into this bowl. You can see that it's pretty creamy. I actually had to add a little bit extra water, so when you put your water in, just cook it a little while, and if you add a little bit more of water, I'm sure you could add a little cream or half and half, or milk too if you wanted to be a little creamier. But it's really quite creamy and thick, and so go ahead and just add a little extra water if you need to. I let this simmer. I just put it on the stove and let it simmer for probably about 30 minutes or so, 30-40 minutes, and the potatoes in there are nice and soft now. So anyways, so I've got your potato here. I would probably put cheese in there because I love cheese. So I would sprinkle some cheese. If you wanted to throw in bacon bits, you could do that too. As I said, you could add corn. I'll go ahead and add some corn to this in the pot still. And this is just your basic plain corn, nothing creamed or anything like that. And you can see that we'll add that in there, and it just makes it a nice little corn chowder. The other thing that we can do with this soup is to add, you could add chicken too. Any kind of chicken. If you had some extra that you had baked, or you had leftover chicken you wanted to throw in, you can also use the dehydrated chicken. You can throw anything in there. I would also throw in sausage, because that could be a good flavor variation too. But this is our winter mix, and I just went ahead and put it in the microwave for a few minutes so that it would take the crispness off, and so it's a little softer. And so I would go ahead and put that in for a broccoli. So now I have broccoli and cauliflower in there. And I'm going to go ahead and ladle a little bit more in my bowl so you can see after I added the broccoli how pretty that is with the cheese. and everything in there, and it's going to taste wonderful. Now, I do tend to like mine a little more seasoned, so I would go ahead and just top it off with a little ground pepper. These are our peppercorns. I like the freshness of the ground pepper, and then also our real salt that you can grind yourself. So there, a bowl of potato soup. Now, along the same lines with Augason Farms, I told you I was going to tell you about the scone mix. So I went ahead and I'm making a no-knead bread, and I'm letting it raise, and I'm going to go ahead and bake this in a second so you can see what it looks like. But I just made the recipe that's on here for the breadsticks. It's just 3 cups of their mix, a little bit of water and some oil. I went ahead and rolled it, kind of just kneaded it lightly in a bowl, and then put this on the pizza, the Camp Chef pizza pan, and covered it with a little bit of oil and then some kosher salt over the top. It's been raising about an hour, and I'm going to go ahead and let it bake at 350 in my oven. I'll pull that out, and you'll see we could have bread and soup for a quick and easy dinner. All in all, you'd have to let your bread raise about an hour, but all in all, you could have dinner on the table within an hour and a half easy, just for a fast night dinner. So that's a little bit about Augason Farms. I love their products. Go ahead and give them a try, and when this bread's done, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I've got our bread finished out of the oven. The pan is still a little warm. I love these Camp Chef for the way that they brown up the edges. So I can touch it, it's just a little warm. I just want to show you the bottom. Look how crispy that crust is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and cut it open. I did want to tell you too, you do add water, oil, and you have to add your yeast. I use the SAF yeast. I love our yeast. Just throw it in there. You don't even have to activate it. Just throw it in. It does it by itself. So let's just cut this and take a look at what we've got inside. Now, it baked about 30 minutes, and I kind of want to take a peek and try it, but it looks wonderful. Let me just take a little sample and see. It'd be a lot better with butter and stuff, but you guys are gonna love it. Okay, moving over to Nutristore. Nutristore is also a food storage company. The products that they offer are freeze-dried, so you're going to have to reconstitute them. They are for food storage, but they're not just for food storage. We can use them in our kitchens and in our homes right now. We just have to learn how to incorporate them in our everyday use. They're really good for long-term storage. They're good for as far as budget conscious. They work really well that way. They are nutritionally focused and very shelf stable. Most of the products that they have in these cans are 25-year shelf life, and then once you open them, it depends on the product and how you store them, but up to 3 years in the can. So that's really great because you don't have to use this all right overnight. So what we'll talk about today is, first I'm going to tell you about the diced chicken. This kind of blew my mind. I've never had this before. It comes just in a 10-pound can, or the number 10 can. It looks kind of like sawdust in there. It's real different. It's real lightweight. It's just a kind of a different thing. All you do is add water to this, and it comes and reconstitutes itself. And this is our chicken, and it's just like chicken. It's way fun. So this is kind of a really fun thing to get into your food storage, because you would have a little bit of chicken there saved. So that we're going to talk about that. We're going to do a recipe that uses this, and so I'll show you how it works. The other item is our peaches. Now the peaches are freeze-dried also. They actually taste really good. You can eat them dry, or you can just add a little bit of water to them for 2 to 3 minutes, and they reconstitute too, so you could use them for fresh peaches, and they taste really fresh and sweet. They do have a little bit of sugar in there with them, so they're not just straight peaches. The other item are the black beans, and everybody saves beans. We all have beans in our storage, we just never use them. So one way to use them is just to pull them out, and what I like to do, they're just regular old beans, black. And black beans are one of our best sellers, and that's why we're carrying them for you. And they're so good. They have a lot of protein content. You can use them in place of your meats if you prefer. Now, when you make the black beans, this is not a quick thing with the black beans, just so I can tell you that. You do have to plan ahead to use the black beans. you do have to soak them overnight. So you'll put them in a pan or a tub, soak them all night long in the water. The next morning you're going to rinse them off in a colander, and then you're going to put them in a pan, and you do have to cook them about 2 to 3 hours on low, and it makes them soft. And you can see how tiny they are here, dark black, and then these are the ones that are reconstituted. And I did cook them about probably 3 hours on just a low simmer, and now they're ready to use. So we're going to go ahead and make chicken enchiladas with our beans and our chicken and a few of our other products, and I'll show you how that works out. Okay, we'll get started on the chicken enchiladas, and these, I'm going to cook these in the Camp Chef Square Dutch oven, just because that's another way to bake and use that pan. It works really good. It'll season it really well, so I'll show you how to use that. First, we've got a real hot pan here with our oil. I'm going to go ahead and put, these are our chopped onions, frozen chopped onions, flavor pack onions. I'm going to go ahead and put those in there and get those so that they're kind of sauteing a little bit. Get them, they should cook till they're a little bit clear. And then I went ahead, and this is our reconstituted chicken. There's about little more than 2 cups here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in the pan also so we can heat it up. It's always easier to make enchiladas when they're warm. I'm sure you could wrap this all in a tortilla and bake it and it would be just fine, but I'd like to warm it up. So we'll let that simmer a little bit. And then for our seasoning, we're going to use our Ole taco seasoning, and I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons. This is kind of my own recipe. I just kind of throw it in there, so you guys, if it's a little too much and too hot for you, don't quite put so much in there. But I put about 2 tablespoons in there just to give us our seasoning for our meat. Okay, we'll let that cook for a second, and then I'll tell you what else we're going to add. Okay, that's been cooking a little bit. It's sauteed a little bit. It's all seasoned up. So what I also like to add in are green chilies, just a can of green chilies. And we'll blend that in. This isn't too terribly spicy. Your little kids should be able to eat it just fine. This is our Baja mix, and I just put it in the microwave for about a minute. It was frozen when I put it in there, so it's a little soft now. I'm going to mix that in. Like I said, you can just add in whatever you want. And then our black beans. I wasn't quite sure how many beans I was going to need, so add in what you need. I think that's probably good for what we're going to do with them. Okay, then we're going to let that warm a little bit longer, and I'll go ahead and roll those in our tortillas. So just your 8-inch tortillas, and we'll get them rolled and put them in the pan. Okay, what I'm going to do is just take our tortillas, like I told you before, and we'll do a couple scoops of our filling. And you can put in just as much as you like, however thick your tortillas will hold. And then I like to sprinkle a little cheese over the top too. And we'll go ahead and just roll those together. You kind of want to leave the bottom tucked so that the flap is on the bottom side. And we're going to go ahead and put those in our Dutch oven square. And I'll put a couple in, and then we'll get them rolled, and I'll show you what we're going to top them with. Okay, we got 14 of those enchiladas in there, and you can see how they fit in there really nice because that's square, so it works really good for anything you're going to make, like a casserole or anything like these enchiladas. So what I'm going to top this with is I just love green enchilada sauce, and I just kind of cheat and get a can. So it's just a can of the green enchilada sauce, and I'm going to pour that over the top. And I forgot to tell you earlier on the chicken, when you go to reconstitute it, it's going to take about 20 minutes. So you throw your water in there and let it just sit. And then I went ahead and put it in the fridge and let it go overnight. Well, just covered it with plastic wrap and let it go overnight. Now, there we go. We got our sauce on there, green chili enchiladas. And then I'm going to go ahead and just top it with cheese. Now when it comes out, it's going to bake probably about 40 minutes, 350. And when it comes out, you're gonna wanna top it with sour cream, maybe a little guacamole if you have it, maybe some tomatoes and some lettuce, and you'll have dinner ready to go in a little bit more than an hour. So, okay, this is all finished. We're gonna pull it out, take the lid off. And I love the way this bakes with that lid. It makes it so nice. No more foil, just throw it in there. As you can see, they look beautiful. Let me lift it up so you can see a little bit. Nice and hot, cheese is melted. I did it about 40 minutes at 350. And I'm gonna just put one on a plate so you can get an idea of what they look like. We'll add a little sour cream. By a little, I mean a little, because I love sour cream. And a little bit cilantro on there. There you go. What a beautiful plate. What a beautiful dinner item. So go ahead and get yourself some of the Nutristore products. They are wonderful. They make a great addition to your kitchen and to your cooking. So thanks. Have a great day.
Hi everyone, this is Becky Price and I am one of the regional sales managers with Augason's Pantry, and I'm also a sales rep in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Today I'm excited to talk to you about how to put on an easy Easter meal using some of our great products from Augason's Pantry. And the first item I want to talk about today is our Farmland Carve Master Ham. These hams are so wonderful. If you have not tried them, you are going to want to. Now they come frozen just like this, and they're 7 to 8 pounds on average. They are on sale in catalog number 3. They're regularly $32.99, but they are on sale for $29.99. So great time to get your Easter ham. Now, the wonderful thing about these Carve Master hams is they're flat shape. So they're going to cook up really well, nice and even, and they come with a fat cap on them. So you're going to notice there's a layer of fat on the top. You want to leave that there. Don't cut it off if you're going to bake your ham, because it helps it to keep nice and juicy and moist, and it won't dry out during the baking process. Now they do come frozen, and so you're going to want to thaw them in your fridge for a couple of days before you use them. And because they come fully cooked, you can use them right away. And the other great thing is they are boneless. So you're going to be able to use every single bit of this ham for your meal and for other things. They are just great. So if you're going to bake your ham, you'll take it out of the plastic wrap. Okay, we've got it out of the wrapping. And now we're going to put it into a pan with the 2-inch sides. Now if you've got a rack that'll fit inside your pan, great, use it. But otherwise, just set it right in there and it's going to bake beautiful. And once you've put it into your pan, you're going to cover it with aluminum foil. Shiny side down so it reflects the heat back in. And we're going to bake it in an oven at 350 degrees for 15 minutes per pound. So for a 7 to 8 pound ham, we're going to cook it for an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. My ham is almost ready to have the glaze put on it, and so I have included 4 different recipes for glazes. If you'd like to use one of those, or if you have your favorite, use it, of course. But we also have some really great sauces and glazes in our catalog, and they are from Miners, and they come in a half-gallon jug, and they're only $9.99. And today I'm going to use the sweet and sour sauce on my ham. Now this sweet and sour sauce is going to give it a very tangy, sweet flavor. It is made with chunks of pineapple, diced tomatoes, green peppers, and onions. So it's going to give it a really great flavor. We also carry an orange sauce, and we also have a stir-fry sauce. So check those out. They're great high-quality sauces that you can add to anything that you're making. Okay, my ham is ready to have the glaze put on it. So we're going to remove the aluminum foil. Oh my goodness, the smell is wonderful. Does that look beautiful? So now we'll put our glaze on, and you know, just a little bit, and we're gonna smear it around with our basting brush. Now we're gonna continue to bake it in the oven for another 20 minutes to let this glaze bake into the ham, and then we're going to take it out, cover it up again, and let it sit on the stove for about 15 to 20 minutes to let it rest and continue to bake. So the internal temperature is going to get up to about 140 degrees, and then it's going to be ready to slice. All right, our main course is almost done for our easy Easter meal, and so I'd like to talk about several different side dishes that would be great for your Easter dinner, and they're so easy to fix. The first one is our Stouffer's scallop potatoes. This one comes in a 4.5 pound tray, so there are 15 half-cup servings in this. It is regularly $11.99, but in catalog number 3 it's going to be on sale for $9.99. So this would be a great side dish for your Easter meal. This product has sliced premium russet potatoes, and they've enveloped it in a very smooth, savory white sauce, and then it's flecked with green onions. So really sounds good, and I'm excited to try it. I haven't tried this product yet. So this product can be fixed several different ways. You can bake it, you can microwave it, or you can put it in a steamer tray. So I'm going to go over the instructions on baking it, but all the instructions are on the lid of the product. So baking it, you can bake it from frozen if you have not taken it out and thawed it overnight, or it definitely bakes thawed at a faster time frame. So mine is frozen, so I'm going to be baking it in an oven at 400 degrees, and it's going to bake for about 50 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes. So what you want to do is you want to take the lid off your product, and then you're going to stick it on a baking sheet. And so I always like to protect my pans with parchment paper, and so I'll just take that and put it on there, and as soon as my ham finishes baking, I will put it in the oven, again 400 degrees, for 45 to 50 minutes. Okay, there's our Carve Master ham done, and I began to slice it for the meal. Look how delicious that looks, and it smells wonderful. So great product for an easy Easter meal. All right, here we go. Our scallop potatoes are done, and look how wonderful these look. There they are. They're going to make a beautiful side dish for your easy Easter meal. Another great side dish we have available from Allison's Pantry is the Blount mac and cheese with smoked bacon. Now, we've termed this in our catalog the adult version of mac and cheese. It's really great. It comes frozen in a 4-pound bag, and it has savory bacon with cavatappi pasta, and they have folded it into a creamy 3-cheese sauce with chives and some other spices. Now this bag is complete in itself. You don't have to add anything else to it, and it will make 8 8-ounce servings. Now it is available in our catalog. It's number 9162, and it's $14.99. So really great deal. Now the way to use it is you're going to want to put it in your refrigerator to thaw overnight, and then you have 2 ways you can cook it. One way is to empty it into a saucepan on your stove and heat it over low heat, and you want to make sure to stir it regularly so it doesn't burn until the pasta has reached the desired consistency that you like. The method that I prefer is putting it into a pot of boiling water and letting it boil for 20 minutes. And you'll want to take a long spoon and rotate the bag in the boiling water a couple of times to make sure that it heats up thoroughly. Okay, there we are. We're boiling it in a pot for about 20 minutes until it's heated all the way through. There we go. Our mac and cheese is done, and look at this beautiful product. Let's get a close-up. You can see the cavatappi pasta, the pieces of smoked bacon, and the chives. And the smell, the 3-cheese sauce smells so good. So there's another great side dish for an easy Easter meal. Okay, our last great side dish I want to cover today is our basic American original potato pearls mashed potatoes. This is a great product. It comes dry in a 28-ounce bag, and it is regularly $7.99, but in Catalog 3 it's on sale for $6.99. So if you love these, it's a great time to stock up on them. Now, this bag holds enough product to make 40 half-cup servings. Now, this product is 100% USA grown potatoes. It is gluten-free, and it's just add boiling water, mix it up, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and you've got instant mashed potatoes. So easy, and they are so good. They are great all by themselves with a little bit of salt and pepper, or you can make up any one of our wonderful custom culinary gravy mixes, and you've got a fancier mashed potatoes. So they're really great. Now, I make a smaller batch for my family, so I'm going to show you. It's very, very easy. We're going to do 1 cup of the potato pearls, and I want you to see, they really look like pearls. See those? Little tiny pearls of flavor there. They're nice and buttery and everything. Okay, so I take 1 cup of the potato pearls, pour it into a container, and then I'm going to take 2 cups of boiling water. So it's a 1-to-2 ratio. I'm going to put them in there. Okay, we've put the water in, and we're gonna mix it up. And then I like to put my lid on it and let it sit for about 5 minutes to absorb all the water, and they are ready to go. All right, we've got nice creamy mashed potatoes, so easy to fix. Just add water. And now we're gonna add it to our plate of delicious, easy Easter meal items. Look at that, nice. And then what I did was I fixed up the chicken gravy, which is one of my family's favorite. We love it on everything. I just took 1 cup of hot water with 1/4 cup of our dry chicken gravy mix, and you whisk it together, cook it on low for about 5 minutes, and it's ready to go. So there we go, our beautiful, easy Easter dinner.
Hi everybody, I am excited to introduce to you Mindy Raymond. She is an amazing rep from Terraton, Idaho. She's been a rep for just over 3.5 years, and she took over for a rep who could barely make minimum. And right now, Mindy's average sales are over $2,600. She ranges between $2,600 and $3,000, which is really awesome because she's really grown her business and worked really hard at it, and it's been fun to see her grow and some of the great ideas that she has. And so today, Mindy and I are going to talk a little bit about punch cards. Punch cards are something that she's done in the past, and it's really helped her with her business. So first of all, Mindy, hi.
Hi.
First of all, where did you get your punch cards?
I decided to make them myself. I didn't have a lot to get started, and I just wanted to start doing them. So I printed them off, got creative, and made them on my computer and printed them off.
That sounds great. And we also, Lori has also been working on some punch cards, so we'll have those at the end of the webinar also, if you just want to use those templates too. And you can also get them off of Vistaprint, which is great. So tell us, what do you use your punch cards for?
I use my punch cards to help encourage my customers to purchase every month and to spend $100 or more. So they get 1 punch every month for ordering, and then they get 1 punch for spending over $100. And I don't give them a punch for every $100, just for over $100. So I just want to encourage them to order basically every month. I have a lot of customers, and I have 1/3 to 1/2 of them order every month.
That's a good way to do it. So what is the reward? What incentives do you give for using the punch card?
So the incentive, they have 10 punches on their card, and once they get 10 punches, they get $10 off their next order.
That sounds really good. So how has it helped your business?
It's helped my business because people really look forward. It's giving them an incentive. People look forward to things like that, so they're super excited the first time they get $10 off, and then they're even more excited to continue that. So sometimes you have to wait for the initial, the first reward, and then they get even more excited. But a lot of them, I asked this year what I could do differently, because last year I didn't do punch cards, and they wanted me to bring them back. So I have, and they are really looking forward to getting their reward after their first 10 punches. So.
Well, that's great. So how do you track the punch cards? Does everybody have their own punch card and they bring it? How do you work that?
When I started, I let everybody bring their own punch card, and then they'd forget, and so I would try and keep track, and it was a mess. So I started just having a punch card for everybody in a box, and it worked great. My only problem was finding everybody's punch card when I needed to punch them. So this time I have created an Excel spreadsheet, and it has everybody's name on it, and it has all the catalog numbers on it, so 1 through 12. And then I just put a check by everybody's name. So when they order, they get a check mark, and if they order $100, they get 2 check marks in the same box. So that way I know how many punches they have. Each check mark is a punch on their Excel spreadsheet. And then I keep track of how many $10 rewards I give out in the year with that as well.
That sounds like a good plan. Now, Mindy has also shared with us her Excel sheet, and we'll be posting that also, so you can get a look at that. So what advice would you give to anybody who wants to start a punch card reward system for themselves?
The advice I would give you is decide what you want from your customers. Do you need more customers ordering every month? Do you need them to have a little bit bigger order so you can reach your goals? Do you need them to order early? If that helps you, give them a check mark for ordering early or a punch. And just decide what your goals are with these punch cards, and then how long you want it to take them to build up their incentive. So for me, it's 10 punches. And for most customers, that takes about 5 months at 2 punches a month. And then, so I'm giving out 2 rewards a year, essentially, if they order every month and have a $100 order every month. That's just the way I do it. You can figure out what works best for you. If 5 punches and $5 works best for you every couple of months, that's great. So you just have to figure out what you want. It's like giving a coupon. You figure out what you want and what's best for you and your business, and then you work it that way.
Sounds like a good plan. Well, we really appreciate you, Mindy. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to kind of explain how it's worked for you. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Julie, and I am here to talk to you today about punch cards or loyalty programs and how they can help you to build your business. We all want loyal customers. Those customers that purchase often and spend a lot. Well, a loyalty program can help you to do that. There are 3 good reasons why you should use a loyalty program. The first is that it can incentivize new customers to stick around. Did you know that a loyal customer can be worth up to 10 times as much as their first purchase? In fact, in year 3, a loyal customer will spend on an average 75% more than they will in their first 6 months. Number 2, a loyalty program can ensure that your customers feel valued, satisfied, and happy. They can also encourage engagement. And a happy customer will purchase often and spend a lot. And a happy customer will also give you lots of referrals. Number 3, a loyalty program or a punch card is a great way to thank your loyal customers for doing business with you. Let's talk about the details of how to do a punch card. First of all, you need to decide what goal are you trying to get your customers to achieve? What do you want them to do? Do you want them to reactivate? Do you want them to spend more money? Do you want them to pick up their order on time? Whatever you want, you need to decide what that is. In fact, I have 9 ways that you could use a punch card if you wanted. Here they are. First, you could give them a punch for placing an order. Number 2, for ordering more than $100, or for ordering early, or for ordering consecutively for 3 months, or for trying a new product, or referring a friend who orders $25 or more, or for picking up their order on time. Number 8, you could give them a punch for ordering a certain number of products. And lastly, you want to give a new customer a punch just for being a new customer. So once you've decided what goal you're trying to achieve, then you need to decide what your incentive is going to be. Are you going to give them $10 after they've had 10 punches? You need to decide how many punches are they going to need, and then what your incentive will be as far as, like, you could give them free shipping, you could give them a free gift, or you could go ahead and give them the $10 off of their order. It's entirely up to you. Structure the program how you would like. And then the next step is that you want to advertise, advertise, advertise. When you're excited about it and your customers know about it, then they're going to want to participate. So that means you need to be talking about it in your newsletter, when they come to your house to pick up their order, or when you deliver, on Facebook, in text, phone calls, email. All of those are great ways to let your customers know about your incentive program and how they can use it for their benefit too. The next step is going to be to track and reward. Now, there's lots of ways to do a punch card. Mindy mentioned a couple of them. She made her own punch card. The punch card that I have is actually from Vistaprint. It's my business card on the front, and then the punch card is on the back. You can do it that way if you would like. And then our wonderful, amazing, fabulous Lori has made punch cards for you if you're interested in using those. They are so gorgeous, and all you have to do is go in and edit them so that they have your information on it. So that's a fun way too. That will be available at the end of the webinar. So, like I said, Mindy brought something up. A lot of times customers are going to forget to bring their punch cards. So you can have a cute little container or something to hold those in when they come, so that you can punch the card right in front of them when they pick up their order, or you can track it on the Excel tracking sheet. She has shared that tracking sheet with us that she uses. That's also available for you if you want to use that. And then if you're going to track that way, you're going to want to write on their invoice each month how many punches they have left until they get their reward. So I'd like to give you a couple of tips to go along with that. The first tip is, maybe if you want, you could stagger how many of the punch cards that you give out at once. So you're not giving them to the whole of your customers all at once, and then everyone doesn't redeem them all at once. Of course, they're not all going to redeem them at once anyway, depending on your incentive program and depending on how often they get punched. So I don't think you have to worry about that, generally speaking, anyway. And then the next tip I'd like to give you is about new customers. We've all had these new customers that order once and then they never order again, and that's so frustrating. So they did this study, and I won't give you all of the details, but they did a study about car washes and punch cards, and they found that something called artificial advancement really helps make a difference. And so that's what you do with a punch card. So when your customer comes, your brand new customer comes to pick up their order for the very first time, or you deliver it, pull out your punch card and tell them that they get a punch because they're a new customer, and they get a punch because they placed their first order, and then they'll get a punch after they place their next order, which means they only need 7 more punches until they get their reward, or however you have it structured. Also, make sure that you get their email information and their contact information so you can send them a catalog. And then once you have their email information, a week later, send them an email. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them if they like the products they got. Ask them if they have any questions about it. That extra contact really makes a difference in keeping those customers so that they can turn into loyal customers. And then when it's time to place the order, make sure you get the reminder out to that customer and remind them that they will get another punch if they place their next order. So hopefully there's been some good ideas here that have helped you and that it makes you excited about trying something new with your customers. Thank you so much.